Hello, I'd like you just to get comfortable now. And once you're comfortable, just take a nice deep breath and close your eyes. And then I'd just like you to just start taking nice, slow, deep, heavy breaths. And try to let that tension out of your neck and out of your shoulders. And just take this moment just for yourself. Now, before we begin, I should say how glad I am to be working with you today. Instead of a dull-witted mind, the kind you might find in the gutter someplace arguing with everyone mad at the world. Because when I see them, they keep shifting around, scratching itches, never getting comfortable, thinking they know it all, and no one can tell them what to do, not even to help them. And they refuse to learn or do anything that might get them to climb out of that place and take care of themselves. So it's nice to know that anyone with your intelligence can easily learn how to let themselves drift into trance. You can sit there in that chair or on that bed, here, while you try to be aware of the exact meaning of the words you hear and of all the changes that occur there in your thoughts, sensations or awareness as I speak here. Or you can forget about trying to make all the unnecessary effort to pay close attention to everything that happens or does not happen in your experience as you listen to me, and also to your own thoughts or your own sensations that change over time or stay the same. And an arm or an ear and your legs or fingers. And what about the thoughts and the variety of images that speak to your mind's eye as I speak to your mind to remind you that what you speak to yourself speaks for itself. And as you try to search and find that things may seem to be one thing but turn out to be another. Because 2 and 2 are 4, but 2 can also mean also and no 2s are alike. It all belongs to you and your own ability to relax those 2 ears too and begin to know that you really don't know what means yes and what means no here. Though you may try to guess where you're going to go or not go, you don't know that there's no real way to know how to let go while holding on, or to recognise that there's nothing you need to try to know, to do or not do. Because everything you do allows you to recognise you already know that I can say many different things, and there's no need for you to make the effort it takes to try to make the effort to pay close attention to each thing I say or don't say. Because there was a time when the effort to train the mind to stay on track was not worth the trip, that led the mind back to that time of peaceful, calm awareness, of effortless letting go, and knowing you don't need to try to hear or even understand what I might say later on here today. Because the conscious mind can go anywhere it wishes, while I continue to talk, and your unconscious mind continues to hear, the way you overhear a conversation or a radio station while driving. You don't even need to do anything at all. It all belongs to you as you begin to hear the way you do here and now. With eyes closed, comfortable, that voice or sound in the background of the mind as you listened to that show, and it showed you how to notice the relaxing, drifting glow of a slow sound, show of quiet calmness and thoughts like dreams, following themselves as I spoke, turning spokes in a wheel, turning, where we'll be drifting effortlessly down a path into a quiet, still place, where words can remind your mind of those things needed for you. Now we both know that you can scare yourself because you have an active mind and a reactive body. And if that scary thing, even for a brief moment, has been scaring you, but we also know, both of us, that there are other things you can think that are comfortable and relaxing, calming and reassuring thoughts or images that you can use instead to replace those other thoughts to help yourself relax, to maintain that relaxed, calm feeling. You can let your unconscious mind learn all it needs to know to be able to distract you from those scary thoughts, to be able to provide you with those relaxing thoughts. And I think you will enjoy being happily unconcerned, unable to remember to worry in exactly the same way or at the same time. So from now on, when you enter that situation, you can enter it knowing you're protected. You can tell that part of you that tries to do its job by telling you that there are things to be afraid of here, that you really don't need it anymore, and don't want to hear it anymore. And so it can either go away or find a different game to play, and remind you now instead of the good things that might happen here, or the fun things that might occur later, because those old thoughts and fears aren't useful anymore. So you can relax and forget it and go on about your business, surprised to discover perhaps that you have been thinking about something else entirely, and you will know at that point, deep down in every cell of your body, that you won't ever have to feel that again. That it's over and done with, more rapidly than you expected, though not as soon as you would have liked. You can do it now, and you can do it later. You can frighten yourself with that thought, or you can calmly relax yourself with a different thought. That's right. So practice and choose, because it all belongs to you. I could tell you that you will have an irresistible urge, a driving desire to do those things you complain you keep putting off. And I could tell you, while you drift in and out of trance, that you will get great satisfaction out of doing those things you haven't, that nothing else will seem to be as much fun, and that may work. But the only way we'll know for sure is if you do your very best to fight that idea, that impulse, and to not do those things better for a while, if you can, or to not do them very well if you must. Because I know it will be difficult to not do those things for a while, so I'm going to give you permission to go ahead and do some things, but just those things you have to do. So remember to just do what you need to do, and try to force yourself to put off everything else, so that those hypnotic suggestions have time to build up in force, or you resist them as much as possible and just do some things, whatever things you feel you have to do. But keep fighting that hypnotic urge to do everything at once as much as you can. What I'd like you to do now is to think of a time in your life where you felt really motivated and excited for something. Now that could be in work or in play or in a relationship. It could have been for 10 seconds or 10 minutes or 10 hours or 10 weeks. But at some point in your life, you will have felt excited and enthusiastic about something. I want you to remember what that feels like. Smiley, giggly, happy, light. All the energy in the world for that thing that you were going to do. Remember that feeling and where in your body you felt that feeling and how it felt and how you acted and maybe how you spoke. See that you. Imagine that you, that enthusiastic, excited you. And if you can see that you and how they hold themselves and how they respond and how others respond to them, step into that you. Embrace that you. Because it's all you. Think about what you'd like to achieve. Now that might be weight loss and it might be something else in life. But have in mind what it is that you are going to achieve in the next few days and weeks and months. And just apply that excitement and that enthusiasm to that area. Notice how it feels, how your body responds. Now that might be a number on the scales, that might be clothes sizes, that might be feeling happier and freer and more able to move. but it feels good to feel good. And any journey that's done with a smile and a skip of excitement is a much more enjoyable journey. So get excited about your destination, but dance every step of the way. Because with excitement in your heart and a smile on your face, anything in life, any challenge that life throws at us, can be fun to overcome. So now is your time to step into you and bring out that best you and enjoy the journey. And when you've decided what your future, and that is that future in 10 minutes, in a week, in a month, in a year, when you've decided what that reality of yours is going to look like and feel like, and how you're going to respond to the world, and how you're going to cut your own destiny in the world, when you've got that clear in your mind and you can make that contract with your deeper part of your mind, that that's who you are, and that you're ready to embrace that you. Just allow yourself to bubble back up towards full waking consciousness. And in your own time, when you're ready, just allow your eyes to open, possibly have a big stretch, and just become fully back awake and aware.